Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Where you're watching this from. This is my 2025 bottom list yet. So what I want to happen in 2025 as we head into the new year of bottom. And yes, let's straight into it. So I have obviously made fights for the top 15. Well, for all the divisions in boxing. To start off then with the flyweight division, I had to see the Harvey Levi versus Stefani Nashinda and Adrian Toriel was his world level opposition also, but Levi has already beaten Sonny Edwards, so I had to see Levi fight for the world title. I had to see the winner Fernando Martinez or Tasoto Iorka face the interim champion David Jimenez. I had to see the two of the pound-for-pound stars, Chase Pound Guides and Junto Nakatani Cat in the bantamweight division. I had to see Sebastian Mizzou versus Pete McGrill in the super bantamweight. I had to see Ace Stotney become undisputed at super bantamweight, then move to featherweight to fight Stein Nicholson. Also, I had to see Nick Ball face pound-for-pound star Noah Inoue at featherweight, because I do think Noah Inoue will move up to featherweight after he's already undisputed at super bantamweight. On to the next one then. Super featherweight, I got to see Yeewood versus Ray Ford. I think that will be a great matchup. Both have similar styles. A good pit and fight. I had to see Alessia Bandana versus Amanda Serrano. Serrano's more natural at featherweight and super featherweight, and it's the only fight yet for Amanda Serrano. I don't think she'll get the trophy as Katie Taylor. I had to see Shaki Foster and Eduardo Hernandez do it again after their amazing first fight. I had to see the rematch for the world title in that fight. If this was fight of the year when they first fought, in my opinion. But then Shaki Foster probably needs to start to settle, then Sarah Washington stays out in the trophy, in my opinion. At lightweight, we got Chipotle Davis versus Kurt Stevenson. This is the massive fight over in America. I think we need to see that happen. Tyron Dubois versus Beatrice Vieira. If Ben Shalom and Eddie Hearn can get on, that's a cracker of a fight. Matthew Hughes, I hope Matthew Hughes gets his rematch and shows that Bottas Jr., because Matthew Hughes was completely robbed in the first fight against him. At super lightweight, obviously the obvious one we all want to see, Adam Ziem versus Dalton Smith. And I think there's a start to settle in the Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron trophy, in my opinion, as it is 1-1. At welterweight, I had to see Josh Taylor versus Conor Benn. I think that is still a good match. Both had the natural weight. I'd rather Conor Benn face Josh Taylor than Chris Hugon Jr., because weight divisions for a reason. And the build-up between Josh Taylor and Conor Benn will be very heated as well. Mateo, and it'll be both at the natural weight. Mateo Mayer, the only fight for her is the Sandy Wine rematch. That's the only fight available, so I can see that happening. Super welterweight, I get to see Bolchuk versus Israel Mantomov. I still want to see that fight down the line for me. Tyrone Ennis versus Terence Crawford. Tyrone Ennis is more better at super welterweight than welterweight in my eyes for me. And Terence Crawford, this is Terence Crawford's last weight division that he's going to be dominant in before he does retire, which is super welterweight. On to the last categories then. Middleweight, Josh Kelly versus Ian Smith. I think that fight will still happen after being postponed at Wembley and cancelled. Tyler Denny versus Denzel Bentley. I think that will be a really good pick and fight between the two of them. Super middleweight, Harry Mondia. If he gets himself back on track, then it's Taylor Plant. Edgar Brianda, Diego Pacheco, both at the same level. Why not make that match up? Both at the same level, 50-50. Chris Huban Jr., Hamza Shiraz, they are both 168 fighters for me when I look at them. I don't think both of them suit middleweight as much. Shiraz has been dominant at middleweight. He's just too big for middleweight Hamza Shiraz, as is Chris Huban Jr. And I still got to see that fight between the two of them as well. Hopefully for a world title, hopefully a world title unification potentially. Who knows? Light heavyweight, obvious one, Josh Barati, Anthony Yard. We can't let that fall through our fingers. In my opinion, we need to make that fight. Ben Whittaker versus Lee Hutchinson, that'll be a great build-up. Lee Hutchinson will not like Ben Whittaker's arrogance at all. And Ben Whittaker has got a job to do in the rematch against Ian Cameron. Cruiserweight, Jai Pataya, Gilberto Ramirez. Obviously, Jai Pataya, that's the wish, yes, for me, for him to become undisputed. Just because he's the best fighter at cruiserweight for me. And we should hope he becomes undisputed because I think he deserves it for me. Chris Smith versus Shaq Massey, that is a real pit and fight. Two tough operators as well. Be great to scrap that one. Javon Carter, Dalwaya, two prospects at cruiserweight. Both at the same level for me, don't offer against each other. And then only if Ben Sherman and Eddie Hearn can get on. And Child for Time versus Aspeteria, for me, after the undisputed rematch for Peterbiev, that's the only option yet for him to move up to cruiserweight and fight Child for Time in a big fancy fight at cruiserweight. And finally at heavyweight, talking about fancy fights, Child for Time, I can probably see him moving up to heavyweight as well. And moving up to heavyweight then to face Alexander Usyk. This is probably the only fight yet for Usyk in all reality. In the heavyweight division, apart from the Daniel Dubois rematch, if Dubois beats Parker, and then Usyk will want to become a three-time undisputed world champion. Daniel Dubois, Martin Bartoli, love to see that fight happen. Settle the score after what happened in sparring between the two of them. They always keep banging on about it. B. Nelson and Frank Warren hard run over it. Why not settle it in the win? Frank Warren, Mozitora, I think that could be the tough one to make because apparently they do have the same team, both of them. But we'll see how that works out. But I'd love to see that in the future. Frank Warren, Mozitora, two powerful punchers, as are Daniel Dubois and Martin Bartoli. And the obvious one in the heavyweight division is the Tyson Fury versus AJ. The only fight for both fighters, the only fight that makes sense for both. Both of them are cash cows in boxing. The money is there for both fighters to have two fights and then both of them can walk into the sunset. And whoever the winner of the fight is can retire on the high and take the brand rights between them two, because that's what we want to see. We want to see this fight because we want to see who would win between Fury and AJ. We can't yet both of them retire and the fight hasn't happened because you just get people on social media debating, oh, he would have beaten Fury, or he would have beaten AJ. So we need to see that fight happen for me. And if the promoters have failed if they don't allow that fight to happen. Simple as that. They have failed if they can't make that fight. If that's short, if they can't make that fight, to be honest with you. And the final two things I got to see, Meda Wembley card. Imagine this for a Meda Wembley card, 9 fights. I don't think it will happen. I think some of them will want to be your main event on the one podcasts. So I don't think some of them will happen. But just imagine, I can dream people. I can dream of this Meda Wembley card. I can dream. And finally, on my list, yes, more important than the fights is better governance on failed drugs tests and corrupt judging. We've still seen failed drugs tests and corrupt judging in the year 2024, which still had a dark cloud over boxing, despite Turkey coming on and making these fights we all wanted to see. But this is more important than the fights being made. Better governance and failed drugs tests, better punishments as well. It needs to be more harsher punishments. None of this Conor Ben circuit where he just gets away with it, just like that, without actually being cleared, not facing strict liability, not taking a ban, like other fighters have to do. It's an absolute disgrace, in my opinion, that other fighters have to take a ban, but Conor Ben doesn't. and Conor Benn wants to go on about agenda. Conor Benn wants to go on about an agenda and all that. Well, surely that's an agenda against the other fighters if they're getting banned and Conor Benn isn't. Yeah, it makes sense. And the 12th Judson, we only have to have a look at Matthew Hughes, Charles Bastos. Matthew Hughes was robbed. Dave Allen robbed against Johnny Fisher. We need to sort this out in boxing. It's still hands a dark cloud over the sport for me. So that's my final list, yes. And yeah, feel free to see your list, yes, down below in the comments. See you all in the next video. And I don't know when my next video will be, but yeah, that's my 2025 list just for boxing. Feel free to see your list just down below in the comments. What fights do you want to see? What do you want to see happen in 2025 in boxing? And the final one I see now. The female fights. I think there should be 3-minute rounds in the female fights. I just think 2 minutes is just far too quick to try and start the female fights for me. So 3 10-minute rounds for me in the female division. I think that needs to change to 3 minutes now for me from 2 minutes, and then yeah, that's what needs to happen. So feel free to see your thoughts on what you want to happen down below in 2025 with boxing. Take care, stay safe, see you later, and feel free to see your thoughts down below in the comments.